Chapter 6. We discuss the use of vivid descriptions, stakeholder vignettes, and narratives told through the various lenses of our 10-element model. Chapter 7 covers our approach to generating concepts and developing alternative architectures. In other words, discovering what is possible for a future architecture. Chapter 8, on the process and techniques for evaluating these possible architectures, focuses on the difficult decision of choosing the future architecture. In Chapter 9, we present a technique for checking alignment in the future architecture. We discuss implementation planning as well as communicating the new architecture to stakeholders. Chapter 10 tells the story of a recent enterprise architecting project. While every architecting endeavor is unique, this chapter provides a sense of how the ARIES framework is used in real-world practice to produce a blueprint for the future. Chapter 11 presents our 7 architecting imperatives, the fundamentals we believe should be part of every enterprise transformation project, regardless of the specific framework or techniques used. Throughout the book, we incorporate examples from many of the enterprise architecting projects we have been involved in. At the end of chapters 3 through 9, we include suggested exercises and questions for consideration, which you can apply to your enterprise to enhance your understanding of the material in the book. Finally, 2 appendixes are included in the bonus PDF to provide executive summaries of 2 additional architecting projects. Acknowledgements. We would like to acknowledge the many graduate students who have participated in our classes and research programs, too numerous to call out individually. They have had a major role in what we have achieved and in shaping the material presented in this book. Many of their contributions made through graduate thesis work are referenced within. We would also like to sincerely acknowledge the colleagues who spent time reviewing our materials and providing invaluable input and suggestions for improvement. In particular, we would like to acknowledge Mark Prendergast for his creative graphics and help in developing other materials over the past several years. We also extend a special thanks to our former doctoral student, Caroline Lamb, who worked with us in the early stages of organizing our materials for the book. Finally, we would like to thank our family and friends for their encouragement and patience throughout this process. 1. Why architecting matters. The beginning is the most important part of the work. Plato. It is no surprise that enterprises that fail to keep up with the changing world around them are sooner or later doomed to failure. This is precisely why enterprises periodically undertake planned transformations. What is surprising is just how many enterprises falter, and perhaps even fail to survive in spite of determined efforts to undertake the necessary change. The process of transforming an enterprise is not simple. There can be all sorts of known and unknown pitfalls throughout the entire journey. But we can say one thing for certain. A transformation initiative that does not begin well is not likely to end well. The question then is, how do we begin well? There are many types of enterprises: corporations, government agencies, startups, nonprofits, and universities, to name only a few. But we believe all enterprises share 4 fundamental characteristics. First, an enterprise consists of people who generate value for others by producing a product and/or performing a service of some kind. Second, an enterprise is a whole system that has a purpose, a reason for being. This purpose is evident in the enterprise's strategy, stated or implied. It's a way of doing things. For example, processes, procedures, knowledge. A way of organizing. A culture. For example, a belief system. Trust, openness, and a way to measure itself. For example, profits, societal benefits. Third, an enterprise benefits from being part of its larger ecosystem, the living environment in which it exists and operates. Fourth, every enterprise must periodically undergo transformation as it evolves and adapts to an ever-changing world. Why enterprises transform? Enterprises are continually evolving. This may be driven by changing needs, desired growth, or new opportunities and threats to existence. For example, new technology.